It's another one of those maps where Sharks have a 100% win rate, but it's not against that top level of competition, Dinko. I think Havan Liberty are probably the best team they've played on this map. Let's see if it holds up against some of the top South American teams.
Sharks got off to a very good start in Inferno, winning the majority of the early rounds, but Havan Liberty dug deep and came back into it, so I'm going to see which team gets the good start here on Vertigo. It looks like Sharks just going for the most standard A play. Everybody walking up the ramp. They've got utility, Alex. They can get that bomb plant. And it'll be down to the retake. We'll see if any jewels go down beforehand. Smokes onto the site. Shots coming through and nothing. Oh, they're finally a kill. Ala picking it up. And you can't underestimate how important a kill like that is into a post plant.
Definitely makes a big difference. And Doc has come through with one of his own. 2 kills on the edge of smokes.
Ooh.
Exit seeing if he can fight back, but it's only a dink. No kill confirmed yet for Sharks.
2 players are very low in Havan Liberty as they go back into the A site. They're going to try and put some pressure on the bomb. JNT's picked up the first defuse coming through. He's off the bomb now. The kills just keep coming in from JNT. And the round won by Sharks. Just a flurry of kills across the board. And Havan Liberty do not get the pistol. Damn close to the defuse there. I started to get a little bit worried, Alex. Too often do we see that happen.
Sharks setting the tone early with an A play, though, which I like. Just get that out of the way early. Prove that you have a good ability to execute onto the A site. Even on a pistol round where you may not have as many nades, you can force the CTs back. CT's not giving up without a fight, though. Havan Liberty going ahead and forcing up into this one. And Remix with the scout, seeing what he can find on the A peaks. Decide it's time to fall back without too much assistance to help him.
Just a slower one at the start of this round. Finally, a jewel going down into B. No one really getting anything out of that. W1's forced back to 23 HP. Falling into the B site. Exit's worried about the mid push from the CTs, but nothing to worry about right now. Looks like Sharks want to go and finish on the A side again.
Doc's been left alone now, though, on this tight angle with the Deeg. Fully committed to this position.
Yeah, just waiting in the corner. He should be good for one on the Deagle, unless they're methodical, and they'll win the duel. Doc gets picked off. Another sandbags molly coming in. They're clearing all of the corners. Don't want to leave any stone unturned. Heading into this round, they want to clean it up and get the round on the board. The time getting a little lower now, so you will see that smoke execute allowed for the safe bomb plant. And it's going to go out to the right side. So instead of planting default and being susceptible to some spam or a nade stack, they're going to plant safely into the right side. And now they fall back with a man advantage. Havan Liberty have decided this round's already gone. They're going to save into the next one.
That is the upside of taking a slight gamble on this second round. They stacked more heavily towards mid and B. And as soon as that A player is lost, they realize they can hang around towards A. They can rotate over to the site. But they can't really fight for the site itself. They can't really get there quickly enough. They have to just sit behind those smokes and hope that the spam or the nades get them some way into the round. But if they don't, you can always just save for the following. That's the approach Havan Liberty take into this one. So 4 guns saved on the CT side. But the same can be said for Sharks, right? They get to save guns on their side of things and build up that early bank balance.
Havan Liberty in this round, just going to see what they can find with this early peek on ramp. It seems like the scout wants to get involved early. Flash up into Remix's face. He did have an opportunity, but blinded and forced away. He's going to go back for more, though. The smoke up right now in front of Sharks. They're not going to be playing through it. They're not going to be challenging down ramp. Just relaxing back in a slow round here. Again, you know you've got some pistols likely saved over, some SMGs maybe. You don't want to be giving away any free kills because they can very quickly get out of hand. Oh.
Ooh, missed shot from Remix. They have held onto that ramp control, though. That's something that's going to be nice for Havan Liberty, but they've got to be ready on this B side of the map. They hear these steps, and the rotate might get here in time.
Oh, yeah, it's a quick rotate. Like you said, the steps have given it away. And they're going to be chilling right now, not committing off of it. Sharks, they're going to go back. The bomb running all the way back, and the rotation's being made over to the B site, but they're going A. They're leaving the B site and going to the other side of the map. Now, if Sharks can click here, they'll get onto the site, no problem. Exit trying to cut off the rotations and at least slow them down in mid here as well. But eventually, Havan Liberty realize it has to be the A play. Here comes the utility. Fantastic round out of Sharks.
Molly landing. Smoke on the left side. Smoke on the right side right now. They do have another one available to them, but they should be getting that bomb down safely on the site. Here come the CTs running at them. Deeg in hand. The DRG can't get anything done. And I think now that Havan Liberty have lost those early fights, this round is going to slip away from them.
And just sticking around, seeing if they can find anything. Alice picked up one on the scout. He'll go out again, trying to peek close right. Utility coming in from Sharks, allowing the flash with the MAC-10 to run through and try and pick up the Deagle. But it is nothing found for Aloe on his aggressive push. And now Doc really trying to keep them on the site, trying to keep them close. Oh, there was only one bullet left in that Deagle. That was a free kill on the Lokauzi. The CT sticking around, trying to bring down every player on the T side. And JNT getting 2 headshots. He will fall eventually and exit, the only remaining T player in that round, staying alive on 3 HP. But they get the 3 rounds on the board, and Havan Liberty will come back into things with their first buy round.
Not bad damage done by Havan Liberty at the end there. In the 2v5, they play it really smart, just trying to take some shots onto those players who are trying to save. They force Sharks into a heavier reinvestment than they would have liked, and they get their own gun round out. Nays landing onto DRG, and he's being hunted down. Lokauzi not wasting any time in the first gun round.
Very good start here for Sharks, putting the pressure on Havan Liberty early. We are going to see that preparation, the comfortability of Sharks on this map over on this T side. I think Vertigo is one of the maps where you can actually see that visual difference between the two teams. If one of the sides is more competent and confident on Vertigo.
Yeah, you even see it in the way DRG sticks around for just a split second too long there. If you're a CT, you have to be very aware of the possibility of Ts just running at you. And unless you have some support, those fights are not going to be that good for you. So clear man advantage for Sharks. Nades left for them. But there are some CTs this time trying to fight for the site control itself.
Molly to force Remix forward into the fight, and he's going to win the duel. Reelson was ready for the aggression. That's exactly what goes down there, but Remix does not stutter, he does not panic, and instead gets his kill. 25 seconds, boost over the top of the smoke. Sharks trying to create some space here on the site. They don't have so much time to play with. They're going to run right through it. JNT's the man to make the play. He nearly gets the double kill, but Remix turning back, and that's the bomb down, open in the floor. They're looking for these kills, but the time will be the limiting factor. Lokauzi trying to play for elimination now, going forward into the site. Remix is their nightmare. A wraith inside of the smokes, and they cannot find him. And Havan Liberty get the round.
Wow, Havan Liberty fighting aggressively for site control. JNT maybe could have made the difference if he hits that second kill on the spray, but that's the shot that Remix was able to land. And he was doing great work here. Close quarters AWPing, never easy. You have to hit the shots or you are in a lot of trouble. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. You've got to make sure you land your shots, and Remix does just that, delivering on the A bomb site. And all that earlier damage that Havan Liberty did now comes into play. If Sharks had saved a couple more guns in the previous round, they would have been able to get a convincing buy on the board. Now, after that previous damage was done to them, this buy is not going to be anywhere near as good as it could have been.
Oh my god, JNT just getting naded out of this round. Molotov burns him away. And W1, he may not have the best gun in this round, but Doesn't even need it if his utility's on point. That's a bombardment of nades and not really getting a lot out of it, but that is going to signal how many players are over B here for the T side. Finally, a good nade lands. I love how they throw 3 and it does nothing, and then 1 comes in and drops him down to 9 HP.
But surely they think this spot's clear now. They're just throwing 4 nades in.
They have to, that's true. CSGO and nades, man. And there's the span to the wood. A good kill there coming in from Doc. In fact, he doubles up. And W1 might not even need to get involved other than that first kill. He does peek out and falls to Lakowski. And the headshot from Ella coming in. Just a horrible round there from Sharks. Or 4 Sharks. They tried.
Yeah, it looked like Doc may have seen a small pixel through that wooden wall, which can happen sometimes. Maybe it was just luck, I'm not sure. Kind of hard to see there, but sometimes you can have an awkward clipping through that wall where the T can be spotted if he sits there. So always a bit of a shame when that happens, but whether it happened or not, got to give credit to Doc for lining it up, and got to give credit to Lakowski for just landing a banging shot on mid.
And Doc going back into CT, but Lakowski is continuing to mow these players down, giving out haircuts. He's not the best barber, though. I think he takes a little too much off the top. Allet with the AUG finally gets rid of him. Lakowski's off the streets. And now it's a 4v3 with Sharks getting the bomb plant. They're getting a kill as well. The Glock picking up a headshot. And now J&T with a picked up AWP inside of the site, playing from default. They've got rifles here as well on the T side. Finally, the nades coming into play, and the CT retake attempt is looking good right now. There's still 2 players to pick up, and 1 deep down the stairs, but that smoke is going to cover them off, and he's behind the boxes. The defuse will come through in this smoke. The plant just was not for them. Havan Liberty, fantastic retake. They stay calm under pressure, composed, and they get it over the line.
Lakowski putting his foot down, putting his foot on the throats of his opponents at the start of the round, but then Al able to snuff him out. This was a flash in for the retake attempt, and yeah, that bomb being planted on the other side of the box ends up being a big deal. Sharks unable to play in that post plant. Havan Liberty hold on for the round win. But both teams now back to the full gun rounds. Sharks have been putting a fair bit of pressure on Ramp in these early rounds. This time not going for the full commitment though. Instead, they're going to turn their attention over to mid, where Lakowski was able to open things up previously with the Deagle. This time DRG playing a bit of an off angle.
Oh, very good output there. He probably would have wanted a second player. He's not too far off getting it onto Lakowski. Allen now swinging out from elevator. Headshot landed straight away onto exit. Minute left. Still plenty of time for this T side to get involved, and J&T might just be the player to find something here, but it's Zevi that is the front man walking into B. Currently, Remix is holding this with the AWP, so unless there's good utility, Remix should be picking up at least 1 here. He's got some flashes left, so they still can neutralize the AWPer.
Ooh, doesn't pull the trigger on the shoulder, spotted. Flash is coming over the top, and Remix blind, but he can go back into that smoke for cover, and the rotate is arriving.
Oh, the quad player didn't get anything, but Remix stepping up with a double kill on the AWP. I thought he was locked out of that round when the utility came in. I thought he was shut out and had to play for the retake. But the player quad, I thought he was going to be the danger man, but Remix still stepping up, getting the double kill, and the quad spray was just awful. So luckily, Remix did step up.
Havan Liberty just comfortable rotating heavily over to that B site after spotting out quite a bit of early pressure, quite a bit of early presence from Sharks. And this is feeling somewhat similar to Inferno right now, where Sharks had that strong start and then Havan Liberty started grinding back into it. They've got up to 4 rounds now on the CT side, and they're going to look to continue to get that success up against what is a weaker buy from Sharks in this one. MAC-10s being the main weapon of choice on the Sharks side. A couple of nades being brought up last second, so they have some ability to try and get up close with these weapons.
And they're going for an A-walk. This nade might just be chunky. Oh, it's so chunky. Every single player taking significant damage on the Sharks side. Ala trying to get involved in the early round, but just getting dropped because of his position. He was completely committed to that one spot, and immediately they overwhelmed him. It was like that game, I don't know if you played it, Alex. I don't know how to pronounce it. Agar.io or Agario. It's like when you used to have the big guy that you just come in and suck you up. Well, Sharks just completely engulfed Ala right there.
Get to upgrade to a rifle because of that. Doc going into sandbags. They have to be aware of his position. Doc's going for more, and there are too many players there for him to deal with. He gets one, but quickly traded. Now Remix getting up close onto the site.
He's the only player here right now, and he's got the AWP. He's got to step up and deliver. He's done it before. He can do it again. And that's the shot on the cross. Exit brought down. One player safely across to the site, and that'll be the bomb plant. His nuisance came from short, and his downfall ultimately from the same position. Flash out from W1, signaling his position and his approach back into this. He doesn't really have the luxury of time, with no kit on his back. Smoke going to the bomb. He's going to check out to the right side, but no one's really taking these fights. No one's giving him an opportunity from Sharks. And now he peels over the top. They again spot him. He's going to hold that defuse. Comes off it. And out to the right side. He's baited two players to commit to the site, and he needs to get the kills, but just eluding him on the angles. And it's tied up. Sharks back on with a win.
Getting these early fights towards ramp. Always a decent idea when you have these weaker weapons. You can take fights at medium range, maximum. Oftentimes it can be close range fights that can go the way of the MAC-10s, but they just find some quick headshots to open up the proceedings, and then they're able to make the most of that early success. JNT coming into B. CT not willing to fight aggressively, but this buy for Havan Liberty is somewhat limited, and this molly, oh boy.
Oh, JNT coming into B, seeing what he can see, and with that molly, forcing the player back. Didn't really rhyme at the end, but I tried, Alex. Exit getting the kill. Man advantage picked up for Sharks. They eventually do get what they were looking for and searching for at the start of this round. They got JNT out early on B. It still seems like they want to finish that. They're going to be sending multiple players over. W1's peeking down. Oh my god, they were not ready for that. Finally, the kill comes in. There was no frag found because Lakowski survives on 1 HP.
Second man on the B site tucked in. Those nades, again going to the left side. DRG taking a bit of damage from them, even if they weren't aimed at him. Oh, DRG spots the player, but can't convert onto the kill. Second man rotating over to this B side, though. That might give Sharks some second thoughts, but Alice pushed in on A.
Yeah, he's got a good position, but no kill. No cigar for him. Reelson just smokes him, and now runs into the site. It's going to be a molly deep into CT. Doc trying to peek out from elevator. He's got into a good position to deal with this. 2 kills from Doc, and now he's looking to try and just hold on to close out the round. He finds a third, and now DRG up against Lakowski, who just so happens to be on 1 HP. 15 seconds. Lakowski giving away his position. DRG taking his time. Just one bullet is enough to shut him down. The AWP looking for the shot. Hits it. But DRG, he's going to go fall to the Glock, and that's just heartbreaking.
Lakowski coming through with a dig on 1 HP at the end. Closes out the round. This is set to be a close one here. A back and forth affair so far on Vertigo. That shot from Zevi through the wall already fantastic. Here comes Lakowski with the AWP of his own back onto the site, having to change out to the Glock at the end. Sharks up to a 5-4 lead, and this time Havan Liberty cannot afford to invest. They bought what they could in the previous round. That's why they have to go for the save in this one.
Flash at the ready to allow 3 players from Havan Liberty to peek onto ramp. Lakowski's up here with the AK. There's a lot of players here, in fact, from the T side to be able to deal with this. Haven't really run with it just yet. Now DRG holding that flashbang. There it goes. That'll send it. Now the peek around the corner. It's flash one, but look out, a good cover in behind. And oh, he's spraying away, trying to get 4. It's not too far off. Just couldn't finish off the job. In fact, it's Zebi that'll do that.
Sharks setting themselves up with a 6-4 lead after these early rounds. The desk point out that they have a pretty good CT round win percent on this map too. So if they can continue to convert these T rounds, they put themselves in good stead going forwards. Smoke up by Lukowski. Havan Liberty haven't had too much success on any of these early ramp fights. This time they switch it up, trying to boost over the top, and this could be a couple of kills. Oh no, they've been spotted. He's got a kill out of it.
Yeah, he's still got the kill. Nade goes in, no death for the CT, so they get to keep that man advantage as the spam starts to come through. You know, Vertigo is the #1 cause of migraines, if you didn't know, Alex. Just the amount of shots being rattled in through the walls and through the smokes, and Lukowski getting his reward for the spam.
TRG was so far away, he was just trying to fall back to a more passive position. Ala also taken out of the action. Remix this time playing from this position on the site. He's got the first man, jumping up on top, going for more, but Real's unable to trade. Here comes Doc though, putting down an aggressive smoke. He still wants to fight for the site.
He body blocked that smoke. I don't know if they would have been able to hear the sound cue. I don't believe anybody was close enough. So Exit's going to slip his way through construction back into CT. Do they go for A here with this flanking player that could crush them, or do they just go back B and use the positional advantage that they've got deep in CT to cut off those rotations? And I think the call very clearly is to head into the B site. I think that's the right one. Both of the CTs over here right now for Havan Liberty on the A site. So they're going to have a free round most likely coming right up.
Time is ticking, but with 15 seconds, they should get a move on now and get over to that wide open bomb site. Making it somewhat close, but with 6 seconds left and no one here, they are good to go. And Havan Liberty are not going to attempt the retake. Too far removed from the round. Sharks getting a lot of early trades and then just trying to find the weak spot, the weak point in the defense once they get those trades. They're able to go back to B this time round, and they are starting to get a couple of round wins in a row now on the Sharks side, hoping that they can run away with things here on their T side of Vertigo.
The mid-round calls from Sharks have been very good. I've actually really enjoyed how they are not scared to just slow it down and go elsewhere, right? Even when it looks like they're committed to one side of the map, they can very easily fall back and change that up. And I think that's the composure in the mid-rounds and under pressure that's really made a difference in a lot of these rounds here in Vertigo. Because if Sharks were not composed, if they had committed to the initial site, they were taking the fights and still looked pretty good for them, I think Havan Liberty probably find a few more rounds, honestly. So the fact that Sharks have been able to just slow down, think about what they're doing, and generally making all of the right calls, it's really got them these easy rounds over the line, and Havan Liberty are trailing behind now as Sharks get more and more comfortable.
Yeah, and they're getting a lot of early fights and early trades, bringing it down to oftentimes 3v3s, 3v2s, 2v2s, these sorts of scenarios where the CTs are just so stressed. It's so strenuous at that point on the defensive side because you can't really work together as easily. If you want to play across the map, if you want to cover off every position, then you have to kind of split apart from each other. And Sharks are really making them pay for that. It's definitely been Sharks dictating the tempo, dictating the game so far on the T side of Vertigo, as you would expect. And it's paying off for them right now. 7-4 lead. There's still a long ways to go in this elimination game.
I know better than to count Havan Liberty out as well, Alex, though. You know, we've seen over there on Inferno when things are looking real rough for them, when you think it's going to be The 2-0 for Sharks heading into Inferno with the start that they got as well. But Havan Liberty dug deep. They came back into it. And if there's one thing I've found out from casting Brazilian teams over the years is they are a very tenacious region, right? They're just so tenacious out of that country. I remember casting an old edition of Sharks way back in PLG Grand Slam Abu Dhabi one year. I can't remember what year it was now. I think it was maybe 2019 or 2018. It was a long time ago, and they were playing against Fnatic in the semi-final, and they just wouldn't give up. Overtime after overtime. Finally, Fnatic put them away, but that was the real first taste I got of some of these Brazilian teams that aren't near the top, that aren't the elite forces that play internationally, but just kind of seeing how deep the talent goes and how tenacious these rosters can be.
We'll get to see that tenacity in this tournament because both of these teams are going to be looking for revenge for their previous losses against Imperial in this very tournament. The winner will get the chance for ultimate revenge in that grand final. They both want to avenge their prior loss. Right now, Sharks are looking like the more likely team to get to the final, to get the chance to try and run it back against Imperial. And for what it's worth, Imperial themselves have shown that sort of tenacity in some of their games. They had a couple of close ones. Their opening series against Havan Liberty, all the maps going to double digits for both teams. That was a really, really difficult game for both teams at times. We'll see which of these squads is able to get that rematch, though.
We are just trying to get a technical issue resolved. And hopefully we can get that fixed as soon as possible and get back into the action. Sharks have done well to come back into this T side and come back into this third map, realizing, okay, we've just lost Inferno, but when you can focus up, get this over, and get us into the grand final. But Havan Liberty will still be the thorn in their side. We'll see if they can pull it all the way back as we get right back into things. Round 12. As the AK's out for Young Sharks and over for Havan Liberty. It's just pistols and a mixture of ops and rifles. They haven't got the best advice, but they're going to try and make up for that with some mid-aggression, and Exit is taking down both of the aggressive players.
So close to the kill, though, on the Havan Liberty side. You can see why they make that play. The flash into mid was good. A tiny bit more damage would have taken Exit out of the equation and potentially added an AK to the Havan Liberty side of things. But he holds strong. Not an easy player to get out of that position. Lukowski up to 15 kills for what it's worth. He's been the standout player so far on this map. W1 has got the rifle here for the solo B hold, so it's not impossible for him to lock this down. But Sharks don't have to commit. We've seen this willingness to play slow across the map. They've got 50 seconds remaining, Dinko, so they're going to take their sweet time in this one.
And they've shown a willingness to do that time and time again, so sticking to the game plan, not making too many mistakes, which is what I like to see. I think on Inferno, on their T side, you know, it started off so well, but they definitely did start to open up a bit more, and that give opportunities to Havan Liberty to take them down.
The time is low here. Remix could shut this down. Oh, wow.
They've turned back. They're going B because JNT's just made the play into the B side. He's found the one player there, and now he's going to be trying to get a little bit more possible. He's done very good damage here. W1's down to 8 HP, and the B side has been taken. The bomb will get planted, no problem. DRG will try and deny, but he's being spammed and brought down. Reels in, locking him out of this one. And once again, Havan Liberty tasked with an impossible retake, so once again, it's the save call.
They are really willing to run down the clock on the Sharks side. It's a good thing JNT got that B info, because that angle Remix was holding is such a strong one. If you can't use your nades effectively to clear it, he could have got multiple kills and really threw a spanner into the works. Difficult angle to clear here. W1, seeing if he can catch them off guard. Lukowski able to react, though. That health advantage paying off for the T side, and Remix has to land some fast shots up close. He's got that first one. They're running him down. Oh, they get him. JNT jumping around the corner and landing the headshot. No AWP save for Havan Liberty, but it's all good. They can buy another one back. It's not the end of the world, but we need to start seeing some rounds now for Havan Liberty. This game is slowly going in favor of Sharks.
It's an ambitious wallbang coming through from Remix.
I've seen quite a few players try that. I don't think I've ever seen them hit it. Really is a lucky one you have to hit.
Yeah, you really do have to be extremely lucky. And then right after that, you got to punch in the digits for your lotto card. You might just win the lottery. Doc trying to get down into ramp. Oh no, 2 players. Reels in good headshot for Sharks. Follow-up kill for Zevi. And what looked like a real opportunity for Havan Liberty to get a fantastic start into this round. It's just crumbled and gone back in Sharks' hands. Ala's going to be playing from the middle of the site. He's done good to at least get 1 kill. But Sharks will just hold this advantage. And like you've said so often, Alex, when they get the advantages in these rounds, they really don't care about running that clock dry. They can just slow it right down and hold that man advantage and really make it work.
Ala's made a home for himself behind these boxes, but he's got to step up on the hold. First kill secured. It's not a bad spot to be in. You have cover from the right side. He jumps up just as he gets peeked from the other side. Timing not favoring him. And W1 has had to rotate over from B in many of these rounds. He almost gets the chance for a double kill, but JNT there to trade. And I think for Havan Liberty, Dinko, they keep giving these ramp fights early in the round, but they've rarely been that successful in them. And Sharks have just been so good at converting these early advantage scenarios. It might be time to play a bit more passive on the A site, but there's not much time left in the half to do that. There's only 2 rounds remaining, and this one, you've only got pistols.
One of the main talking points coming out of Inferno, Alex, was all about how Havan Liberty didn't really need to rely on the players that have been performing throughout the tournament. It's been much more of a team effort. But now on Vertigo, it's right back to the same old, same old. It's Ala leading the charge of 14 kills, but the rest of the team were just nowhere to be seen. Remix picked off early. Wakowski tearing a hole in DRG's face. And now it's a 3v5. And JNT holding for the mid-aggression again. It's just easy pickings across the map here.
Only 2 CTs left. Doc trying to see if he can get back in time, but he cannot. Ala's just hoping someone extends onto this side of the map, but he knows the A site has been lost. So I think he realizes the chance of someone coming his way isn't that likely. They're going to do it anyway, though. Zevi's coming in towards this B site, hoping they can just win by elimination and speed this one up. Ala spots him, gets the kill, and tries to get this AK. There are other players close by.
Oh, Ala just getting his head torn right off. Oh, he tries his best. 15-9. He's putting up a decent shift here, but it's just not going to be enough when it's only 1 player doing that. Remix and Doc are 9 kills apiece, and Doc had one of the big rounds on the A site where he was able to shut down multiple players in the final few seconds left. But other than that, Havan Liberty have definitely been outclassed here on Vertigo. This is what Maui was saying coming into this one, right? Just he has faith in Sharks and Vertigo just having that advantage, and they're wielding that advantage to a great extent now. Ala trying to reposition him behind sandbags with this fast attack coming into the A ramp.
T's using that smoke up ramp to try and make some space for themselves, but it means Lukowski can't have the support of his teammates. Oh, DRG backing up into the Molotov. Doc going for more. Havan Liberty have been so focused on fighting ramp, but it's rarely worked out for them. And now Ala is trapped behind the sandbags. Sharks have a couple of low health players, but after that smoke was deployed, they're going to back up. They know Ala can't get the ramp info because he's stuck in a smoke. They're going to start walking back to B. B's clear right now.
B doesn't have a single defender on it. A minute left. They're going to start trying to patch up that hole. They've made that realization, and they're sending W1 over. He's got 3 kills. It's his name right now across the entire map of Vertigo. He has to step up. He's the only pillar of support. He's playing from construction, and he's down. Remix. Waiting for the quad player. He had his chance, but it's Ala that's actually going to get it. And a 2v3 retake of the B side with the AWP. They've got to hit the shots immediately and exit, just holding on. It's Jet and T that's actually hit that headshot. And now Allah stuck in behind these smokes. Low HP players scour the landscape in front of him. But with this AWP, he's got to go for it. Although the chances are very slim to win it. Pushing up from green, past the generator, exit inside of the smoke. Allah realizes there's so many positions these T's can be in. And it's an 11-4 half for Sharks. They look comfortable here on Vertigo. We'll see if they can head to the grand final after the break, or will Havan Liberty bounce back.
Like standing in the sun, you really feel the heat. I break a sweat just like every time we meet. That girl is blazing hot, she's burning up the spot. She's tearing up the floor, I'm loving what she got. I gotta take my chances. I like the way she dances. She should get up so good, just like the shoulder should, shoulder should, shoulder should. She's on fire, 1,000 degrees. She's on fire. I'm feeling the heat, like oh. Somebody better put her out, like oh. Before she burn the place down. She's on fire. She's on fire. Like the thermometer, she's going through the roof. That girl ain't no lie, believe me, that's the truth. Now watch her as she go.
An 11-4 half for Sharks here in the final map. They look so comfortable on Vertigo. This might just be enough to get them over the line. My name is Dinko, joined by Hawker for this final half of this matchup. We'll see if Sharks can get to the grand final, or will Havan Liberty stop them in their tracks.
They've got to get it done early here on the T side. Not much breathing room for Havan Liberty at this point. They know that their life at the tournament could be short-lived if they were to lose some of these early rounds. 4 players focused on mid. Smoke and a molly for DRG, but Zevi is here to cover off this position. Where does that smoke go? Does it cut him off? It doesn't look like it.
Zevi, nice headshot. DRG's been plucked out of the middle. Oh, he's got another one here as well. So clean for Sharks so far. And Zevi with the 3K. Allah left alone on A, walking over the site alone. The bomb nowhere near him. It's a 12th round for Sharks, as Allah looks to try and at least drop a few members of the defense. If nothing, But his stats. And he's not even going to get that. Full clean round for Sharks into the pistol round. They're up 12-4.
It's two players focused on this mid position. Zevi spots them early. Lukowski's able to rotate over to help. That smoke wasn't deployed before the push. They were hoping they could quickly pounce. They were hoping that molly would deny the mid player. But if those mid players are playing further back, well, they are in trouble. Havan Liberty going for the full spy, and if they've got any sort of trick up their sleeve, Dinko, now would be the time to pull it out and get themselves back in this game.
Havan Liberty starting to walk up with the pistols into the B stairs. Exit will be the player blinded and now caught in position as well. They're running up with the pistols, overwhelming him. It's the Tech 9 that's come in with the headshot right between the eyes. And a follow-up kill from the MAC-10. The T side have the B side. And JNT trying to deny everything, but he couldn't quite get the lineup and doesn't get a single kill. Everyone falling to the hands of W1. He's found so much money in this round, and he will pick up the round win alongside it.
All right, fast B play is the answer for Havan Liberty. They pull it out in this round, and it looks like it's going to get them back on top on this T side, which is exactly what they needed. He's going to do some damage at the end here. MP9 coming through with a couple of kills. USP out. There's no time to win the round. He can't get on the bomb, but can he get out with his life? I don't know. It's close. Oh, he does get away safely. M4 save for reals in, but more importantly, the round for Havan Liberty. And that could be a chance for them to start to grind their way back into this game.
Yeah, good explosion there from W1. Yeah, that's a good round for him to build up some confidence as well. Realize what it's like to get a couple of kills. He's no longer at the bottom of the scoreboard. That spot is taken by DRG. And now they're going to play into B early on. Remix is on 56. Exit holding with the Deagle as they now overrun his position. He peeks out to the right side, trying to get something more for the Deagle if possible. He's going to walk into Dark. These Deagles, this is not exactly how this should have went. Sharks are showing up and delivering a nightmare to Havan Liberty, who have just been given their only lifeline in the previous round. Still alive in this one, though. A 2v4, quickly dropped down to the 2v3, but the nade and the kill, and there it is, 13-5. Sharks answer back with the pistols, and that is heartbreak for Havan Liberty.
Yeah, that's the perfect word for it, Dinko. That is a heartbreaker. You win the previous round, you win the one with the weaker buy, but then you go back to B, and Maui Snake was saying it on the desk. He has a lot of faith in Exit on this B site, and Lukowski is that mid-rotator. Those are two players who have performed all tournament long for this team, and even though they couldn't lock it down in the previous round, they prove it here with the Deagles, getting up close, spamming away with those pistols. And for Havan Liberty, you can understand why they go back to B after finding some success in the prior round, but the fast play into the pistols is always going to open the door for those Deagles to do some damage. And unfortunately for Havan Liberty, that door opened too wide against them. 13-5 for Sharks, and now Havan Liberty have to do it all over again, Dinko.
Yeah, you get that lifeline, you get the injection of adrenaline, and immediately you go flatlining again. And it's still possible to win this round, though. If you are a fan of Havan Liberty, they have got some decent weaponry to play with. Galil's, Deagles, MAC-10s. It's not the most ideal situation, but certainly one they can walk away with. We've seen it already. The issue is, Alex, you know, when they won that previous round, it was that explosion onto the B site. They tried to replicate it in the next round, and you can see how unsustainable it is. If you're going to try and go for those very fast plays, you've got to hope that your opponents just aren't ready for it. And once you've done it already, they're going to be honed in. They're going to be ready for that kind of play. So how sustainable are these lower tier buy wins for Havan Liberty?
It's a good question. They're going to come through with a different approach this time. Not going for something fast, not going for something which could catch Sharks off guard early. Going to rely on slower play. This is that spot from Lukowski this time on top of the sandbags, and they're unable to clear him out. Lukowski and Exit combining for another successful round. And with the bomb being dropped at mid, you can concede the B site. You don't care about that because they don't have the bomb.
Oh, smoke hitting off DRG. And now with no bomb, it's a hollow victory, taking the B site. You're kind of where you need to be, but you haven't got the right equipment to succeed in your location in life.
Were you just talking to me personally there, Dinko? That's what it felt like.
Yeah, I said, Hawk, you know, moving forward in life, it'll get better. Okay, Alex?
Thank
Just keep
you.
persevere.
Wow, I didn't realize I had a life coach for me on the server. I appreciate it, Dinko. I believe
Havan
now.
Liberty are going to need one. They're going to need one, Alex. Coming into the last few rounds of this for sure. So far behind. And they need a pep talk, Alex. If you were the coach right now of Havan Liberty, what would you say?
I mean, I don't know Portuguese, so I'd probably have a tough time. But they know some English, so I'd say, you know what, guys, look. We beat them on Inferno. They had a 100% win rate. We can do the same on Vertigo. They haven't beat the best competition on this map. I know we've only got Glocks in this round. We may only have a P250, but we have our hearts, Dinko, and I believe that's strong enough to win us this round.
Well, let's see if it will. 5 Glocks running up ramp, and Alex, you just lied to us all. Easy kills for Zevi and Reelson, and it's done. 15-5. Never hire Hawk as a life coach as we move into possibly the last round of this lower bracket matchup.
I thought someone said one time, like, love conquers all. That's what I was thinking. That's why I was going for the hearts angle, the love angle. But apparently, love can't win you a full Glock round in Counter-Strike.
No, but it might win you an AK round. They have got 5 AKs. Barely at a util, though. That is going to be a slight issue, so we'll see how they get that problem. Fast ramp hit coming up for the T side. Sebi looking to try and stick around and get involved in some of these early fights. Players out to his left and right.
Oh no, Doc going through the smoke, but Zevi was so aware of that possibility. Sharks continuing to stick around. They have J&T at sandbags, and they have Reels in on the short side. 2 kills on the hole, the bomb dropped, and this is looking like it's done, Dinko. W1 and Remix would have to come through with a hell of a round to keep them in this one.
Remix has his flash, bangs it off the left wall. And now Reels in close by. It's J&T that's picked up the kill on the final blow. Should be coming in very shortly. W1 cowering in behind the smokes. The bullets whizzing past him. As a competitor, he will search for every last player before he goes down. This is what you want out of your team. Even though you're going down out of this one, it's surely locked away. He will do everything he possibly can to at least get some extra kills on the board. And he won't find anything. It's going to be the win for Sharks. They're heading through to the grand final to play against Imperial. We're going to get that Brazilian rematch. And I'm really looking forward to it. I think Sharks have leveled up their game since they last played.